Aries, it's Lynn from Tinker Tarot and Cartomancy. I'm here to bring you your October reading, and it looks like you're going through a difficult time right now to me, okay? The first card you got. First, I want to say October is a beginning month. It's a 10, but it's a step forward, okay? And it's time to celebrate things that are uncomfortable, is the kind of thing that I want to say. You have in the Sacred Rebels Tarot, or not tarot, oracle, listening for truth. And this card is about hearing truth that isn't being said. You know, you're hearing something in what isn't being said here that is the truth. Okay. Um, it could be from yourself or someone around you. And it feels like you're getting tired of people being politically mad or cheating or backstabbing, gossiping, stuff like that. You're getting tired of this stuff, and you can sense the fear in people, okay? And the fear is from some toxic shame. And I got to tell you, we all have something, you know, some sort of shame from some sort of experience. And it's probably not your fault. But we do feel shame, you know, from things that even when we're innocent. But anyway, whether it's your fault or not, or it's your shame or not, this is a sign that you need to pay attention to that truth. So if this is kind of getting you down or depressing you in any way, I would suggest you get out in nature. You know, go out and go for a walk in the woods on a trail. Listen to the wind and the birds and ground yourself again away from all that noise that isn't true, right? Because you can see beyond that. And you might even feel like you're the only one who can. Nobody else, you know, can really get what you're saying or hear that right now, you know? So in the transparent tarot, I'm using the transparent tarot this month and the cartomancy. And you start with the Nine of Cups. So this is the wish card. This is emotional fulfillment. I think you know that you don't want to be where you are anymore, and this is what you're looking for. This is a very good luck card. You know, it's what you want. You have access to what you want now, okay? But you feel like you can't move. You're stuck in a situation that you have no power in. You're trapped in some way. And says through this situation is where you're going to get your wish. You're going to have to walk through this. All right. So, and truth is going to come out about somebody, about yourself, something. Truth is going to come out. So it's like exposing ourselves and worried that other people can see our vulnerabilities or our mistakes or something like that. But it's okay. You know, this is what you need to do because you want the truth more than you want privacy or shame. You just don't want the shame. You don't want the toxic energy. You don't want the vibe, whatever it is, whether it's within you or around you. So you're going to brighten this right up, okay? You're going to brighten that right up. This line is the past, the present, and the future. I should move the camera down just a tidge. There we go. So you can see the three lines here. And this is past, present, and future of October. The past can go right where we are now, or even before. It could be could have gone on for a while, sort of thing. But it could be quite recent. So you begin with the Nine of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles is having pride in oneself, you know, feeling pride about what we've been able to accomplish or become, maybe despite our mistakes, despite our misgivings or late blooming or something, you know. And so you could be single, independent, and um, have put some time and energy in something, that you feel was really something really worthwhile. Now, this is, and then you go to the Six of Pentacles. That's this, oh no, that's the five. Pardon me, the five. I should know that, but anyhow. And the five is not being able to see your own worth here, because you are worth this. You should be really proud of yourself, how far you've come, what you've been able to accomplish, maybe what you've been able to build or create, or just the person, like I said, the person you've become despite challenges, despite misgivings. But you're unable to see this. You're having a hard time seeing this. And there it is right behind you, right behind you. You're leaning on it almost. And this is where we have, uh, and you may have taken yourself away from the crowd, away from friends, needing to heal whatever this is. And there is that page of swords. So the page of swords is, to me, sometimes gossip, running around, talking, not listening. It's a lot of talk without thinking, okay? And you see this sword is going right up here, right into you, get into your head. And um, and so this is why you're not being able, you're letting toxic energy get into your head. And sometimes our own heads can get into our head, get us into crazy thinking, and going down this like whirlpool. You keep swirling down, and you want to swirl up now. You want to swirl up, so you're going to start making changes. In the present, we have the Prince of Pentacles. So the Prince of Pentacles is ready, willing, and able to begin moving forward. Actually, I think this is the Knight. That's the Knight. So you have a goal. You know what you want to do. You have a plan perhaps, but you're taking it slow. You're just taking it one day at a time, and moving, because you feel vulnerable still. All right. Uh, and you also have the Tower. And the Tower is, you're moving forward because the situation, or where you are, or where you're working, who you're with, is unstable. It's not a solid foundation, and it was bound to crumble anyway. So one of the things I want you to know is, whether this is yourself or a job or a relationship, it was bound to crumble because it was not a stable foundation. It was always going to be a matter of time. And but there's something about the situation that still surprises you, I think. And then you have the Hanged One. So let me just take these two away for a sec. So you have the Hanged One. And here we see a cocoon hanging from a tree. And it's in suspension, waiting to be reborn into the butterfly. And this is you. You're waiting to be reborn. And not necessarily waiting, because you're taking a lot in, I think, but your action is very slow. Even though stuff's going on within that cocoon, it's hard to see that it's going on. It's hard to know what's going on at the time. And when I add the Prince, the Knight, see, in the back of your mind, you're gestating, planning, but you don't feel like you can act right now or talk about what you're doing. You might feel quite alone in your quest of what you want, what you want that is different right now. And then like I said, I think that you realize this situation is unstable. It's not good. It's going to crumble, and it puts you into action. I think it kind of zaps you out of your seat and says, "Hello, McFly, come on, let's get out of here." Okay. And near the end of October, you have the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is leaving a situation that is missing something. It's missing something and reaching for something better, brighter. These these cups are full of love. There's definitely emotion there, but there's something missing that's really important, and I don't think you want to live without that anymore. So you're searching for something brighter here. Then we have the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups is ready. Their goal is to find relationship, find love, find people that want to be happy and don't want to, you know, you know, be like what you're living in now. So you believe, I think, again, start believing again that it's out there and it could happen, and I'm not going to find it sitting here in my lazy boy recliner watching Dateline. I gotta, you know, be the thing I want to find, kind of thing. And you're searching for truth. You're searching for truth, and I think you know the truth, okay? And this is, gathering information, facts, being honest with yourself, and also peace. It's cutting through the baloney and seeking peace. This is cutting through this. No, you know now, and um, and also a new belief. Wanting to move forward and without and speak the truth. Speak the truth too. That's a big part of it. So you may be completely honest with yourself now at this time. You know. So let me move these over. So in the cartomancy, oops, you have the Jack of Diamonds. And the Jack of Diamonds is kind of a gossipy card too. This is a message bearer. They bring information for sure. And this could also be something that you're actually hearing, um, and you realize it's kind of like a wake up kind of thing. But let's see what messages the Jack is bringing. So I've already shuffled these and everything, and I'm just going to deal them out because I always put my elbow in them when I'm doing these other cards. So I deal out 7 piles, and I go around until there's 3 in each pile. And 3. So that's like 21, right? So in the present, you have the 4 of diamonds, the 9 of hearts, and the 6 of clubs. So just like here, it starts out really good. I think this is after a time where you're giving things a lot of thought, and what you want, how do you want to improve yourself, your life, your relationships, all that. And this is a really good move. You have the Nine of Hearts here. Your decision that you're coming up with is going to be very emotionally successful because this is what you want. You want to be happy and you want emotional fulfillment at this time. And so, also with the 6 of clubs, I can see that you want a relationship that's equal give and take. You want the relationship to improve and move to new levels and learn things. I feel like you feel stagnant where you are right now or where you were anyway. Okay. And so you're looking for this, both working on the relationship, it growing. I'm not sure if you've met somebody. We have a couple of knights here. Um, but yeah, let's have a look here. Five of Spades, the King of Spades, and the Ace of Hearts. So the King of Spades is usually a dark-eyed man, dark hair, could be even dark skin. It's also someone that was hurt in the past. This could be you, Aries, as well. You could be any one of the people in here. You need to decide. And so the King of Cups could be single, separated, divorced, widowed, and has suffered a loss of some sort. Feels like a big loss has gone on there, and might also been depressed and sad, and maybe felt like a failure in some way from whatever this loss is. And this could be around the home, okay? The heart represents the home, family. So something at home, there was a loss at home. So this guy is now starting to seek some new love, not necessarily a relationship, but start to have happy feelings, happy experiences, joy, seeking that now after a time of loss. That's really nice to see, Aries. We then have the Queen of Diamonds, the Nine of Spades, and the Two of Diamonds. The Queen of Diamonds is usually an older woman. She's mature. She could have gray hair or white hair or some coming in at the very least. And could be your mom, a teacher, someone you look up to, admire. She's an excellent guide and, someone you'd go to help. She has experience, right? And with the Nine of Spades and the Two of Diamonds, there could be some health issues with this person. This could be yourself as well. But I feel like you're going to go to a meeting and discuss solutions and options with whatever the health issue this person is facing right now. So it looks really good actually with that Two of Diamonds, because it says with collaboration, if you go and get help for whatever it is, or they do, then solutions can be had. It's very positive. Seven of Diamonds, Ace of Spades, and Six of Hearts. So I see door opening, door closing for you a lot. I see that you have wishes and thoughts and dreams, and one of them might be to end something and leave something. You may have been thinking about this for a while, wanted it for a while, but not had the courage to do it. But anyway, and it is going to. And so, because you're wanting to improve relationships in your life, have positive relationships, happy relationships, smile and have fun again, kind of thing, after ending this. I don't think you're vindictive or anything like that. I don't smell that here. But I think you just want a clean break and just move on, even though you may be mourning this person or this situation. Four of Spades, Two of Spades, and Five of Hearts. So a situation is going to improve, some sort of trouble that where you felt you couldn't move. You were really torn, and there could have been a commitment, responsibility, feeling, like I said, shame, fear. But anyway, there's some sort of separation that happens here, okay? And your happiness improves immediately. You also may get something sentimental out of this. There's something you're wanted, or you're wanting, I should say, that's more sentimental. It doesn't have monetary value to others, but to you, there's some importance out of it. And I think you're going to get it. I think that, you know, you got to kind of play with these things. You can't let the person know how much you want it. You just like, yeah, well, I'll take that. I'll take those things off your hands, And the thing is, really important to you. But anyway, your happiness begins immediately after the separation occurs. And then you start to realize, you know, how deep in you were and how easy it is now. It seems, before it seemed impossible, and now it's easy, and you're loving it. Loving it. Your friends and the people that love you and care about you are just seeing a big change in you, okay? So in the foundation, Two of Hearts, King of Diamonds, and Nine of Diamonds. There could be someone coming into the picture. You could have met someone or seen isn't that interesting, eh? Isn't that interesting? So up here, you have the Queen of Diamonds, Nine of Spades, and Two of Diamonds. Down here, you have the King of Diamonds, so the Queen's natural mate, the Nine of Diamonds, a different nine, and the Two of Hearts, a different two. It's almost identical to each other. It really reflects the other. Um, So, Two of Hearts, this is a very good partnership. This is a very close partnership, someone you've gotten close to, this King of Diamonds. Again, someone that's mature, could have gray hair, could be your dad, your landlord, your boss. Um, this person's very ambitious too. They want to be successful, and they might be already and still want more. They're always on the go, always thinking. You could be in a part thinking about partnering with this person, possibly moving in with this person. But I feel like you're going to get closer to this person. This could also be yourself, Aries. Um, Very ambitious, and um, there could possibly be a date or a meeting, or it's really positive in nature about. One of the things is solutions to any challenges, like being able to get around things now. But that is so, like, it's just like such a balance here, right? And it looks like, you know, this could be a couple. You could be your parents. Maybe they're not together. It could be you and someone else. Someone is having health problems while this person is, you know, has plans to succeed, and this person will succeed too also. Okay, so your surprise is Two of Clubs, the Eight of Clubs, and the Four of Hearts. So this is a meeting. This is job talk, business talk. This is negotiating, planning, and there could be some sort of gathering after, happy gathering, something to celebrate that what's gone on after this meeting. Also, this meeting could be as a result of this gathering. You meet someone, you start talking about ideas and stuff, and the next thing you know, you're in a business meeting, but you're negotiating here. This could be an interview, it could be to discuss a contract, an agreement. Um, but this looks really good. This whole situation could be where you're working and that you had to leave because it was just too toxic. And so now you're looking at investing yourself in something else, something where you can be yourself. And I feel like this is going to happen, but it's a surprise to you somehow. I think it also might happen out of coincidence. You're somewhere, out to lunch with somebody, or I don't know, party or something, and you meet someone and you get talking, and then that leads to this and that just starts to ripple and move forward for you. I'm going to tell you there's a big difference too how you're talking and relaying with other people. You come across really well now. You're not carrying bitterness and stuff from the past anymore. So you've done a lot of healing, and you've done a lot of self, deep introspection, let's say. And I think you've forgiven yourself, because sometimes it's ourselves we need to forgive. and and I made a mistake. I will try and do better the next time. I forgive myself so that you can move on. And when you do, it's just to like turning the record over, you know? If you young ones know what that means. So playing the B side, you know? So I'd love to hear from you and hear if this relates to your situation. I want to thank you for sharing and liking and sticking around to hear me still after all these years. Love you so much. So happy Halloween, happy Samian, and happy transformation. Can't wait to hear. Bye now. Oops, where's that? Can't find my mouse now. There we go.